it's Rick and Patty from the KORD Morning Show. Thanks for listening. We really appreciate it.
And, of course, you can always catch us anywhere and everywhere with our KORD mobile app. It's free for you in the App Store as well in Google Play.
Post Malone, Morgan Wall, and I had some help. Their latest together. Loving that combination.
I'm going to download it on my phone so I can hear it whenever I'm out.
Absolutely. And it was interesting. I've talked about this quite a bit, Patty, is you and I had to look at the video to see who was singing what line.
Yeah, because I'm like, well...
Their voices mesh so well together.
I thought it was just all Morgan Wallen.
And it's not.
No.
Post Malone is singing. I mean, and he sounds like Morgan Wallen. I know.
Yes.
Anyway, it's very cool record there. So I had some help for you. You got Rick, you got Patty. Good morning, 611. Great to be with you. Zach Brown Band, Old Dominion coming up in just a bit. As you dive into your Thursday, besides for us being a throwback Thursday and the Numerica Impossible Movie Challenge and Kenny Chesney Code coming down.
Yeah.
It's also National Cupcake Lovers Day.
Uh-oh.
National Kitchen Klutzes of America Day. World Softball Day. Sewing Machine Day. International Axe Throwing Day. And National Pigeon Day. So there's a couple things that are going on today. If you're just curious, I know who makes up who sits around.
I don't know.
Who makes up these days?
I couldn't tell you who owns a sewing machine today.
We do. We got one. Megan, on a rare occasion will bring it out and use it. But used to be every house had a sewing machine.
My mom had one, and I remember she would make patterns. I remember we'd go shopping. I remember there was a store, Ben Franklin, and all the pattern. Man,
that's what,
it was like a comic book store today for you, right?
I think it's changed, But back in the day, it was like, those, Did you ever have to make something for
I did. I had to make a down vest. I had to make it was a vest. It was the first thing I ever made.
So how did it turn out?
It turned out awesome. And my brother made one too in home ec. I couldn't get to home ec. Oh, I want to make a vest like my brother did, and it was great.
So I had to do that in home ec, and my shirt was so god awful. And
really?
I had. She's like, you need to turn it in to pass the class. So one sleeve was way longer than the other. And it looked like, I'm going to be honest, it looked like crap. And I mean, I was like, no one's going to wear this. And anyway, I blew that. I blew that assignment, and my home ec teacher was kind enough to go, all right, I'll give you a D- on it to pass you. But it was like, no, not my skill set.
You have to be patient.
I have no patience. My wife will tell you I have no patience. I can't sit and follow a pattern to save my life. I tried. I got it.
Yeah, it's not my favorite thing either. But once it's finished, you're like, Well, but the same thing, I mean, how about in shop class? We had to make...
yeah. Again, we had wood shop. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And again,
when the project's done, it's all right. But getting there,
I just don't have those. It's funny. I just don't have those skills because my desk was like, it's like the weird desk. I'm not gonna sit, a chair. You make a chair and it's like, okay, it's a wobbly chair. It's not even a good chair. I am in awe of people who can do carpentry. Absolutely hear me. I am in awe when you can go out and build a fence. When you can go out and build a table, I exalt you. I'm like, that's amazing. You have a gift. You have a talent. Because, like you said, at home ec or wood shop, how horrible. At least my projects were horrible. I'm like, I wouldn't hire this guy to fix nothing. Just putting it out there for you.
You got to start somewhere.
Absolutely. So there you go. A couple things that are going on today. We're also going to work on some Facebook fun. That's coming up next. You got Rick and Patty, KORD.
We love to hear from you, and it's easier than ever to reach out. Just open up the Cord mobile app and send us an app chat message, or you can contact us the old-fashioned way at 509-547-KORD. Number one for New Country, 1027 KORD.
Get ready, Tri-Cities. Pet Overpopulation Prevention's annual Pooch and Pal event is back and better than ever. Mark your calendars for June 15th at Columbia Point Park. Lace up your sneakers and leash up your furry friends for a fun-filled 5K walk or run. Early registration is happening now. Sign up today and snag yourself a cool t-shirt, swag bag, and exclusive access to the post-fun run party. But wait, there's more. POP is also seeking vendors and sponsors to join in the excitement. Visit poptricities.org to register. That's POPP tricities.org. Sign up and get involved. Sun's out, tongue's out, folks. Let's make this year's Pooch and Pal the best one yet. See you there. Old Dominion, there you go. Memory Lane, number one for New Country. It's 1027 KORD. Got Ricky, got Patty. Always good to be with you. Happy Thursday. middle of the week right now. It's a little sunshine for us. Nice outside.
The sun is bright.
Absolutely.
Really bright.
About 65 degrees for you right now, and absolutely gorgeous for you when you get up and get going here with us. All right, so here you go. Facebook fun. This will get your day started.
Okay.
What's the strangest thing you've heard someone say in their sleep? Strangest thing.
God, it happens quite often, too.
Yeah?
I couldn't tell you what, but my husband's a big time
talker?
Talking in his sleep. Yes.
I just, if I ever hear anybody, it's mumbling. I usually,
well, it never makes any sense.
Right. It's
I'm like, what?
Well, at least it's not an X or something.
Yeah.
At least he's not going, oh, Janice.
I know. I'd freak out.
Yeah, you'd push him out of the bed. You'd be like, your feet, push him out of the bed.
What are you talking about? What are you dreaming about?
You get out of it. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's always something, it never makes any sense, like, 9 stories ago.
Right. It's true.
Yeah.
It never
makes any sense.
Lisa says, my daughter started crying and pointing, saying, he's in the closet. She goes, that was pretty creepy. And then my husband tooted in his sleep. He woke up just enough to say, gross, babe. Started snoring again there. So thank you, Lisa, for those. Gross, babe. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It was you. You tooted. What are you talking about? Exactly. Oh, my gosh. So we're going to get some good ones going here. What's the strangest thing you've heard someone say in their sleep? I've only heard mumbling. So just kind of mumble if there's any. And I don't think Megan talks in her sleep at all. And maybe Pokey did back in the day, but I don't really recall.
My husband is a big time. He snores.
Big snore?
Oh, my gosh. Yes.
My wife says I snore, but I don't claim it. I'm like, no, I don't.
I sometimes record him.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Like,
Oh, I've heard this. Oh, yeah. I've heard I've heard
listen to this.
I've heard that.
And then he accuses me. He's like, "Oh, you were snoring." Really?
Well, yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
Well, yeah. I mean, on a rare occasion, Megan snores. On a rare occasion, but you'll also say that I snore too. So we mainly hear the dogs these days. We'll hear the dogs snoring at the end of the bed.
I actually had to have DJ something with his nostrils because he used to snort all the time.
Right.
But every now and then he snores.
There you go.
Still.
Well, for some reason, it's okay for the dog to be snoring.
Isn't it cute?
You're like, oh, it's adorable. But if a significant other, shut up. I'm trying to sleep here.
Exactly right. Yep.
So what's the strangest thing you've ever heard someone say in their sleep? Share more of your comments on the way. That's our Facebook fun. You got Rick and Patty.
You're waking up with the Cord Morning Show. #1 for New Country. 1027 KORD.
#1 for New Country, 1027 KORD. Sunshine for you right now, 49 degrees. And Patty, what's going on in Nashville?
Get set for it. Luke Combs, living up his dad era. He surprised fans on Thursday when he announced his Fathers and Sons album. It's a 12-song collection featuring emotional dad life songs that apparently he's been teasing over the past several months. Luke and his 2 young boys are featured on the album cover. The project drops Friday, June 14th, just in time for Father's Day. And the 2024 Songwriters Hall of Fame induction ceremony happens today in New York City. One of Carrie Underwood's most trusted writers, Hillary Lindsey, is among the inductees. She's written nearly 50 songs for Carrie. Lindsey has also penned hits for Keith Urban, Little Big Town, Taylor Swift, as well Lady A. Scotty McCreery showed up on the Jennifer Hudson show, and he talked a little about his journey since he's been on American Idol, about getting into the Grand Ole Opry.
For me, my mama went to the Opry in 1978 and, told us stories. And for a country musician, a country singer, the Grand Ole Opry it's the pinnacle of country music. All of my heroes have been there, our members there. So, thank you. So, I had no idea it was coming, but Garth Brooks walked on stage and invited me to become the newest member, and it's just Randy Travis and Josh Turner inducted me, and it's just, I've been on cloud 900 since then.
I'm on cloud 100 for you.
How about that? Scotty McCreery. And finally, Dustin Lynch tells Muscle and Fitness magazine, Rick, he's learned the hard way not to do heavy workouts on days that he has shows. He says he thought he could handle a tough workout before doing a show once. He said, well, in particular, it was heavy leg day, and he wound up having like shaky leg syndrome going on, deer legs. He says when he hit the stage that night, it was not fun at all trying to walk around in cowboy boots and chafy calves going on.
Oh, geez.
Those are your trending headlines.
The Cord Morning Show with Rick and Patty. Back with more next on number one for New Country, 1027 KORD.
Back Road 651, number one for New Country, 1027 KORD, 49 degrees, sunshine for you. Gonna be a gorgeous day. Gonna be nice, Patty.
I'm just back on what just happened. Confirmation. The freezer is dead. Our refrigerator has been making some unbelievable noise.
Yeah, well, now we know. Now we know, right? Now we know.
Just the other day, I said to Rick, I go, what's going on with the refrigerator? And then before that, another woman that we work with, she goes, it's not very cold. And I haven't noticed that our refrigerator's not, very cold. I'm like, everything else is fine. But I did notice, took my water out and I'm like, it's not very cold.
And I had made the joke that it was one of those fridges from the 80s that lives forever, but apparently not now. Okay, that's what happens.
Now we just got confirmation.
Uh-oh.
The freezer is broken.
Oh, geez.
The freezer's dead.
What are we going to do about that?
I don't know. But his burritos are thawed, and he doesn't seem very happy about that.
Real world problems here at the radio station, no doubt about it. I will tell you really quick, I had a great time yesterday, just got a wild hair and decided to go downtown Kennewick. And I went to
what's in downtown Kennewick, Rick?
There's a lot in downtown Kennewick, but I got to stop by the Rise and Shine Bake Shop. It's right next to Red Mountain right there. And then I really had been wanting to try Hot Mess Burgers for ever. They post pictures all day long of their burgers, and I thought, okay, I gotta go get one of their burgers because
I did an article on them.
I know, and I'm a burger fan. I'm a burger fan. Foodies is one of my favorite places because I think they make a good burger.
They do.
Proof makes a good burger, and so for me, I would consider myself, if I am at least one thing, a burger connoisseur.
So you checked out Hot Mess Burgers and Fries.
Oh, it's really good. Now, and I went with the basic. I said, hey, start me off with the basic, nothing fancy, no jalapenos or any of that stuff on my burger. And it was delicious. It was great. And it was cool. And then I went to the Rise and Shine Bake Shop, which is my next door neighbor.
Oh.
And so I felt like I needed to go,
get some dessert.
Well, celebrate them as well because they I've seen them when we first met them and moved in. His Jonathan's wife, Annalise, came over and gave us cookies. And so I run a little bakery thing or da-da-da-da.
And were those the best cookies
they're really
had?
good. Oh, they're really good.
Yeah.
So it's really neat to see, because we've lived there about 6 years, to see them literally go from a plate of cookies, right? And my dream is to open up a brick and mortar,
and
right?
now that's what's happened.
And they did.
Fantastic.
And so it's really cool. So I thought, you know what? I need to stop in and say hi. I didn't get to see
isn't
Annalise.
It nice to support local?
Absolutely.
I mean,
it was
really.
It was awesome. And boy, let me tell you, it was perfect because I had the dessert, I had the burger, and they were fantastic.
You had a banner day, Rick.
Well, there's a lot going on in downtown Kennewick. If you have not been to downtown Kennewick, they've got the market's down there now.
Is that still? You're talking about the big market.
Yeah, the public market is down there, and there's just a lot going down. I know Ice Harbor's down there. I mean, there's just a ton of great things going down there. So if you've not been in Kennewick in a while, I just thought I would take the day and just go down there and kind of just peruse, because you and I, funny thing, we do the radio show, but we don't get out like people think. People think we're out shaking hands, kissing babies 24/7. And no, we literally come to work, do our job. And for the most part, if we have to run an errand, sure, but we mainly go home.
I had a great day walking my dog, DJ.
Yeah. So there's a lot of great little places around the Tri-Cities that we don't get to. And then it's kind of cool when we can break away.
When you finally get to.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Experience.
So, absolutely.
Life in Tri-Cities.
There's a lot going on. Patty, there's a lot going on out there.
Yeah, there is.
Outside the studio.
Listen, this is my third year of getting the Discover Pass.
Yeah.
And I'm going somewhere. I've got to make it to one of our parks.
I know, you keep talking about it, but you never do. So anyway, just a couple little shout outs there for our friends at Rise and Shine and Hot Mess this morning. All right, Chris Young's coming up next. You got Rick and Patty, KORD.
You're listening to Rick and Patty in the morning on number one for New Country, 1027 KORD.
Coming to this year's Pendleton Whiskey Music Fest. We're just about, a month away from that?
I know, yes.
It's coming around the corner super quick. 7:10. You got Rick, you got Patty. Right now, about 57 degrees and sunshine. Really quickly, got to say a big shout out. It's Chel's birthday. Is that how I say it?
I don't know.
Chel's birthday.
Oh.
This is from Jenna, Jace, Brody, Mom, and Dad right there. So happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Yep, happy birthday, Chel's. And again, hope you have a great, fantastic day. All right, we're going to dive into other people's problems. What's going on in this particular situation? Always dealing with DNA these days, huh, Patty?
It is about DNA. Just give me a second. I just had to hit refresh, Rick.
All right, so Katie's got a situation going on there, and
you want to do it? You got it?
She had her baby shower 6 weeks ago, and she goes, one of my girlfriends gave me a gag gift of a DNA test. The test is actually real, so I decided to secretly test myself and my father, and my heart sunk when I received the results back. My father isn't my real father. Father's Day is coming up on Sunday, so I'm torn about whether or not to tell him. He's been a great dad and the only father I've ever known. Does he have a right to know? Should I tell him or not? Katie in Milton Freewater.
You know what, Katie? You forgot to say if your mom was married or what the deal. I don't know if we have enough information here, but
well, it sure is a shock. How would you like to find out?
I mean,
it's
you're gonna laugh. There's been on occasion I wanted to DNA test Logan just for the heck of it, just to see. I will say I've had several times in my life where
you think you might not be the father.
Well, I'm sure I'm Logan's father, but I mean, I just thought it would be funny to try, to test him just to make sure. Because some of the things that come out of my son's mouth,
You're like, what?
Well, yes, exactly.
Where'd that come from?
But I have experienced it in my life. So my littlest brother recently did Ancestry.com, and I remember my sister-in-law emailing me going, why are you guys first cousins? And I went, well, that means that, yeah. And then I said, well, that means, I said, DNA doesn't lie.
Does not.
That means we don't have the same father. Well, come to find out, his dad's name is Sid, gosh, my brother's going to be 50 years old. He just found this out like 2 years ago. Yeah.
Wow.
No, it's not like he knew. I mean, no one knew. We didn't know. We suspected.
Yeah.
We suspected that he had a different father, but no one ever verified that he had a different father. So that came down. And then my first wife, this is a big deal. When I first met her, she was 16 years old, and I went to pick her up for our first date. And I saw her mom, and I went, your mom looks nothing like you. And she goes, no, I look like my dad. Well, so anyway, she went to get her birth certificate to get her first job at KFC, and they sat her down and said, hey, we have something to tell you. Before we give you the birth certificate, we have something to tell you. And they said, your mom's not your mom. And I was like, called it. I mean, because I met them, and I went, that don't even look alike. But
so who did she look like?
Well. Come to find out. Oh, so they said, oh, your dad's your dad, but your mom is not your mom. And so she that was a rough. She was 16. That was rough.
Yeah.
10 years later, I don't know how it came out, but guess what we discovered? Her dad's not her dad either. So the mom wasn't her mom, and the dad wasn't the dad. And she went through that was twice in a row where she went through a traumatizing situation where she discovered that both her parents weren't her parent. So what we discovered was her aunt had dropped her off on the doorstep of her parents' house and said, I can't take care of this little girl.
Please.
Then Pokey shows me a picture of her aunt, and I went,
that's the mom. Ding, 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 ding.
I mean, it was a spitting image. I said, you grew up with this person. You looked at her. How could you not see that you looked identical to this person? She goes, well, she was always my aunt. I just never.
Yeah.
I went, spitting image. How could, DNA anyways. But think about being poor Pokey, 16, her mom's not her mom. And so she's like, okay, well, my dad's my dad at least, right? And they covered it by saying that her dad had an affair and all these different things.
Oh, wow.
He didn't. It wasn't even it. She just got dropped off, It was crazy.
Wow.
So she's 26 years old learning that not even her dad's her dad, and that she just got dropped off. So anyway, Katie, that's a lot. DNA's crazy.
Oh.
I know in your family.
It tells the real story.
It tells the real story. So, Katie, let's do this. 547-KORD. App chat us. What would you do? Would you tell the dad? Now, I'm going to make
I would, even if it is Father's Day.
I'm going to make the assumption that this dad is married to her, and that the mom cheated. That's what I'm going to make the assumption because we don't have any other information besides that. So, we're trying to figure this out for you, Katie. Give you some comments. It's Rick and Patty. KORD.
We love to hear from you, and it's easier than ever to reach out. Just open up the Cord mobile app and send us an app chat message, or you can contact us the old-fashioned way at 509-547-KORD. Number one for New Country, 1027 KORD.
Favor 724, number one for New Country, 1027 KORD. Rick and Patty with you, 57 degrees. It is Throwback Thursday, plus the Numerica Impossible Movie Challenge is on the way here in just about 20 minutes or so. All right, today also been talking about this earlier today, Kitchen Klutzes of America Day.
Are you a klutz in the kitchen?
I am not. You know what? I do. The greatest creation recently has been the air fryer. I use the air fryer all the time
Do you?
now. Yeah, compared to, I think that's probably my most favorite kitchen tool now these days is the air fryer. But there are a few times when I was a teenager, I forgot to take tinfoil off a burrito or something. I remember sparks in the microwave.
Oh,
from it.
really?
Yeah, because it's metal. You can't have anything metal.
Yeah.
And then Logan, many years ago, he used to be able to, he would make his own top ramen in the microwave. Well, one time he forgot to put water in the bowl. It was a plastic bowl, so he put the top ramen in, and then it literally melted the bowl. Oh, it was melted. It was melted good. Yeah, I was like, I'm like, what's burning? What's burning? And he's probably about 8 years old at the time, and he'd never messed it up before.
Yeah.
But that particular time, and there was this plastic bowl melted down.
No.
And melted plastic in a microwave, it reeks. I mean, it just
sure.
does. Now,
I'm sure.
I had an owner, a radio station owner many years ago when I was working in California, was you were not allowed to cook fish in the microwave or popcorn. Oh. And if you burnt popcorn, and one time a coworker named Hannah burnt popcorn.
Uh-oh.
And you could smell it.
Well, that's...
And he was making his rounds, and he literally ripped the microwave from the wall and threw it in the garbage and said, "You're not getting another microwave." You know how you have a staff microwave?
Yeah.
Like we've got a microwave back there right
Yeah.
now. He literally took it out of the kitchen and said, "You're not getting another one." And this is, the boss. So we never had another microwave. It was it. The microwave.
Do you guys all blame that girl?
Well, Hannah. Well, yeah,
for
of
bringing
course.
the popcorn.
I mean, life goes on. I mean,
I don't know. Our microwave is filthy.
well,
We count on one girl to clean, and she's on vacation.
I know your mom don't live here.
I know.
Your mom
Figure
don't,
it out.
Your mom don't live here. So Klutz in the kitchen. We'll take some calls. Weird things, funny things while you were cooking. Anything you can relate to there, Patty? That you recall?
I've done the popcorn in the microwave, burnt popcorn.
Oh yeah,
it's not good.
It's not good.
Yeah.
And the smell is not
Oh, it's
good.
terrible.
So we'll have some fun with you, Klutzes.
Okay.
All right, Klutzes, give us a call 547-KORD. You got Rick and Patty.
You're waking up with the Cord Morning Show. #1 for New Country. 1027 KORD.
Get ready, Tri-Cities. Pet Overpopulation Prevention's annual Pooch and Pal event is back and better than ever. Mark your calendars for June 15th at Columbia Point Park. Lace up your sneakers and leash up your furry friends for a fun-filled 5K walk or run. Early registration is happening now. Sign up today and snag yourself a cool t-shirt, swag bag, and exclusive access to the post-fun run party. But wait, there's more. Pop is also seeking vendors and sponsors to join in the excitement. Visit poptricities.org to register. That's POPP tricities.org. Sign up and get involved. Sun's out, tongue's out, folks. Let's make this year's Pooch and Pal the best one yet. See you there.
7, you got Rick, you got Patty. Our first code for our Kenny Chesney flyaway is coming down this morning at 8:20. 5 times a day. You get a chance to fly off to a secret location to see Kenny Chesney out on the road with the Zach Brown Band.
I have a feeling it's going to be a nice beach.
It's going to be awesome. And then again, the cool thing is we will have tickets for you for Seattle as well.
Nice.
So 2 ways you can get Kenny Chesney tickets from KORD. So download the KORD mobile app and you'll be good to go. Celebrating today, Kitchen Klutzes of America. My goodness, we can all relate to this. Some of us are not Gordon Ramsay in the kitchen. Some of us are actually pretty bad.
Yeah.
Some are great. I know I've known some
Do you
great
like cooking in the kitchen?
Oh yeah, I can get around in the kitchen. I can.
What's your specialty? Scrambled eggs?
I don't know. I mean, I guess if I really wanted to, I could make a great steak.
Oh yeah.
I like a good steak. So yeah, I could do that. I putt around. On occasion, I'll try a recipe. On occasion, but for the most part, it's pretty. I'm a meat and potatoes kind of guy.
I hear you.
So
Yep.
it's either chicken.
But so you make the same things over and over.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'll change it up, I'll change it up on occasion. But I'm only cooking for myself. So my wife gets home so late. So I'm not cooking for anybody. The boys are all grown. They're all adults now.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm cooking.
Gotcha.
I'm not cooking for
Just
any.
you.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said yesterday, it was hot mess burgers. So
That's the best.
Dang good.
That's the
I will say
best.
this, a dang good burger over there at Hot Mess.
I concur.
Yeah, absolutely. So taking your calls, 547-KORD. Are you a klutz in the kitchen? What funny or weird things have happened to you while you're cooking? What happened?
Me and my boyfriend were making Thanksgiving dinner,
Yeah.
and I left the stove on, and I put a glass pan on the stove with ham in it, and had it all like glazed up and brown sugar, and then it exploded.
Oh, yeah.
In the whole kitchen, there was glass everywhere.
Oh,
with
jeez.
ham included.
Oh, my gosh. What a mess. What a mess. Yeah, you don't want things exploding. Yeah.
You got to remember to turn off those burners.
I have sunk a few cakes in my time. Remember when you
because you opened it?
Yeah, you were always told as a kid. So I got
open the oven.
Yeah, one year I got to make my own birthday cake, and my foster mom let me make it, right? And she goes, now don't open the oven. Right, and of course, being 8 years old,
whatever you say, yes.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, let's
don't
see,
do that.
And I open down, and poof, it drops or whatever. So here's this decorated yellow cake because yellow is my favorite color. Half of it's sunk in. But to this day, I still swear, well, that's the best cake
you ever had.
Best cake I ever had.
Because Rick made it with love.
I know. I was 8 years old and I made it, but I just love my foster mom, Pearl. Pearl was like, don't you go and open that. Don't you go and open that thing. And of course, what do? You open it. Of course you do. So enjoying Kitchen Klutzes of America Day, 547 KORD. More of your calls on the way. You got Rick and Patty.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show. Number 1 for New Country. 1027 KORD.
KORD at 749. You got Rick, you got Patty. Great to be with you. You know, it's a throwback Thursday, but it's also Thursday for Numerica Impossible Movie Challenge, right, Patty?
Yep, we play a famous movie clip. You correctly identify it by calling us at 547 KORD. You'll get rewarded with a 2-month subscription of Netflix.
So off microphone, we've been having so much fun with this particular movie clip and listening to old clips, and been making us laugh. So it's going to be a little longer than normal, but I think you're going to figure out what this movie is. 547 KORD. Tell us what the movie is, and you'll be on your way. Good luck.
Then there's a long-term course, such as waste disposal. I don't know if you're familiar with who runs that business, but I assure you it's not the Boy Scouts.
That'll be quite enough, Mr. Mellon. Maybe bribes and kickbacks and mafia payoffs are how you do business, but they are not part of the legitimate business world, and they're certainly not part of anything I'm teaching in this class. Do I make myself clear?
Sorry, just trying to help, that's all.
The next question for us is where to build our factory.
How about Fantasyland?
So there you go, 547 KORD, 547 KORD, very famous movie. We'll even say it's Rodney Dangerfield because I don't think that's going to give it away there.
Rappin' Rodney.
We've
respect.
We've been laughing about some of the movies that he was in, and growing up to those movies. So 547 KORD, 547 KORD. Anybody remember that movie? What is that movie from? Have we stumped you today?
We may have.
This might be our first ever on the Impossible Movie Challenge. I guess that's why it's called the Numerica Impossible Movie Challenge. Mm-hmm. We may have you stumped. So think about it. 547 KORD. If you know what that movie was, Rodney Dangerfield, let us know. It's Rick and Patty. KORD.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show. Number 1 for New Country. 1027 KORD.
Get ready, Tri-Cities. Pet Overpopulation Prevention's annual Pooch and Pal event is back and better than ever. Mark your calendars for June 15th at Columbia Point Park. Lace up your sneakers and leash up your furry friends for a fun-filled 5K walk or run. Early registration is happening now. Sign up today and snag yourself a cool t-shirt, swag bag, and exclusive access to the post-fun run party. But wait, there's more. Pop is also seeking vendors and sponsors to join in the excitement. Visit poptricities.org to register. That's POPP. TriCities.org. Sign up and get involved. Sun's out, tongue's out, folks. Let's make this year's Pooch and Pal the best one yet. See you there.
Number 1 for New Country. It's 1027 KORD. And we did get a winner. Who's the winner, Patty?
Mark in Walla Walla.
Mark in Walla Walla. The movie Back to School. Back to School.
Rodney Dangerfield.
I love that.
Back to School.
It was from the late 80s. And thanks, Mark, for playing along. Don't worry, we do it all over again next Thursday, 7:50, same time. It is the Numerica Impossible Movie Challenge. I'm Luke Bryan. This is how we roll. It's 8:08. You got Rick, you got Patty. Great to be with you in the sunshine, 55 degrees. I know sometimes you got to turn on the microphone for it to work. Patty was sitting over there. He just started talking, and the microphone wasn't even on. I know.
It happens.
It's called old age. All right, here you go. Kenny Chesney Fly Away. The code is 821.
Oh,
821. Okay. 821. There you go. 821 this morning.
That
821.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll give it to you again at 8:20, the correct
when
time.
When you're supposed to?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, the fear of missing out, they call that FOMO these days. Another great reason to download the KORD mobile app because Kenny Chesney, that contest is on there for you.
There.
And then there's a lot of great free content that we write about. So the cool thing is, if you've not been to Silverwood, and I don't know, have you been to Silverwood yet? Because we've talked about
I've never been to Silverwood.
You and Jeff need to go to
I've given
Silverwood.
out many passes to Silverwood.
Well, through the years, right? And so the longest water coaster in America is now at
All right.
Silverwood, brand new, just in time for summer. And again, it's just right outside of Coeur d'Alene. It's just about 20 or so minutes away from Spokane. And they've got this. They've been upgrading the Boulder Beach. If you've been, you know what I'm talking about. And so they've got it. This thing is called Eagle Hunt.
Eagle Hunt.
And so it's a super cool, super fast. It stands up 925 feet in length. Riders will race against the clock as they slide through 3 speed flying saucers, get blasted up 4 hills, and dive through the first pro slide shadow effect before you splash to the bottom. So,
wow.
If
Sounds like a ride you and I should go on.
If you are into coasters, I know. And
that's the one.
And again, it's not a roller coaster. It's a water coaster.
That's cool.
Yeah, looking at the video, I'm like, oh, yeah, that looks like a blast.
Neat.
That looks like fun. So it just opened up. You can go check out that right there for yourself in Silverwood. And again, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump from us here in the Tri-Cities. So definitely we're checking out. I also noticed, I did not realize this.
What did you notice?
Oregon's minimum wage is not the same as Washington's. I didn't know that. But it's going up, right?
Yes, it's and it goes up every year. Right. And depending on where you are. Now, if you're in the Portland metro, it's a little higher.
Right.
But the standard minimum wage, a little lower.
Yes. If you're working,
it's interesting. And Washington is actually one of the highest.
It is.
It's one of the highest minimum wages.
Yeah, my wife, my son who lives in Clarkston, Lewiston, Idaho, Clarkston, Washington. He always works in Washington because he's like, Dad, why would I go work in Idaho for $7.25?
I'm shocked at what some of the states with their minimum wage.
Well, when you're on the border of a state, that's got to be crazy to be on a border of a state like Idaho and Washington where it's $7.25.
I'd make that little trek back over to.
I'd be like, I'm working at Costco in Clarkston. Sorry, man.
Well, and also too, tips don't count. You can't you can't make up. It's illegal.
Right.
It can't be part of the minimum wage.
So when I was a teenager, I was a waiter and a busboy where you got tips, right? And we really didn't claim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nowadays they make it you have to claim it all and all. The hoopla you got to go through. So I know you were a waiter.
I was kind of I was shocked. But yes, I mean, I remember my first job in Minnesota, and it was minimum wage, but I don't know. I'm just shocked.
Hello, my first job in radio, $3.33. Just if you want to sit there and talk about, want to talk about money, I can talk about it all day long. My first salary was $600 a month. And I got $220. This is full-time work.
I just remember being excited that I was actually, producing. And I look back and I go, man, how did I work on that?
Yeah, how did I
live?
How did I? Same here. So you can check out these articles and more. They're posted for you right now on the station mobile app.
The Cord Morning Show with Rick and Patty. Back with more next on number 1 for New Country, 102.7 KORD.
Kenny Chesney's Sun Goes Down tour is rolling into a mystery location this summer.
When the sun goes down, yeah.
And you can be there. Listen for the Kenny Chesney contest codes at 820, 1020, 120, 420, and 720. And then enter them on our app. Grand prize winner gets concert tickets for them and a friend, airfare, hotel, and $500 cash. Get contest rules and more info on our app. Brought to you by Warner Nashville.
Number 1 for New Country, 102.7 KORD.
Roll halfway to hell. Number 1 for New Country, it's 102.7 KORD. Very excited because August, he'll be coming this way, Seattle. And yes, we'll have your free tickets to see Jelly Roll. Right now, we are just excited about Kenny Chesney. 821 right now is the code. 821 on your KORD mobile app. Well, we've been talking a lot about DNA lately, and DNA does not lie. And Katie's got quite the situation going on. What's going on with Katie?
Well, she had her baby shower 6 weeks ago. And I know one of my girlfriends gave me a gag gift of a DNA test. Well, the test is actually real. So I secretly tested myself and my dad. Well, my heart sank when I received the results back. My father is not my real father. Father's Day is coming up on Sunday. I'm torn about whether or not to tell him. He's been a great dad, the only father I've ever known, but does he have a right to know? Should I tell him or not? Katie in Milton Freewater.
What do you do? What do you do in this
What do you do?
What do you
It's
do in this
tough.
situation? I'm going to make the assumption you didn't put it in your email, Katie. I'm going to make the assumption your mom and dad are still married. Hence the reason this is a little touchy.
Well, why there's a question?
Yeah, exactly. And the dad sounds like the dad's oblivious. So what are people saying on Facebook? There's going to be a ton of.
Brandy says, follow your heart in this situation. None of us know you, or your dad or your mom. We can tell you what we would do based on our own judgment, but you have to make the decision yourself. Maybe speak to a close friend or family about the situation first, someone close to you that you trust, and ask them for guidance.
I like what Kevin said. He may already know father isn't a title given by blood. If he's earned the title, regardless of DNA, leave it be. Also, Mary says, I'd talk to your mom about it and then talk to your dad after Father's Day. And that's for Mary.
Paula says, I didn't have the luxury to ask my mom or dad. They had both passed when I did mine. My bio dad was a result of an affair, according to an aunt.
Wow.
I know.
I tell you, these are things that come out later. Andy says, first of all, what's the accuracy rate of the test? Probably not 100%. Second, I talked to your mom first. That affects her too. Chances are she knows, or she knows there's a possibility he's not the father. So yeah, everybody's getting good advice about talking to the mom first. What are other people saying here?
I talked to your mom first. Don't ruin the relationship with your father. There's no more to the story than just there is more to the story than just a DNA test. That's from Kathy.
Yeah, we don't have all the details. Katie, send us the details. Stephanie says not family isn't always blood. Molly says it's a tough one. Depends on if you want to find your real father. Answer that question, and you don't know what to do next. I mean, so yeah, everybody's saying talk to your mom.
Yeah, Linda says if your mom is still alive, I would talk to her. Really want to know the truth. Pam says I wouldn't tell him. He's your dad. He raised you and loves you.
Austin says mom's got some explaining to do. Brian says adoption, fluid donation, one college experience. What's going on there? I will tell you this. I've talked about it a lot on this radio program. Yes, I have biological parents. Yes, I have adopted parents. But my parents are my foster parents. And I've talked about this a lot.
Yep.
And Pearl and Russell, to me, nobody will ever hold a candle to them. I don't care. They love me like nobody. And I was adopted out. And it was not a fun experience. And I should have been with to me, then they're not blood. I'm just saying, But they are, to me, my mom and dad. They're always mom and dad. Yeah, I've got real parents, and I've known my real parents through my entire life, or they've passed away now. But again, blood, like they said, Katie, blood counts, I guess, to some extent. But if he's your dad, he's your dad.
Exactly. But it's up to you.
I know. But I understand the curiosity. I do understand.
I would be shocked if I found out something like that.
Yeah, if you found, okay, so let's say hypothetically you found out today
that my dad wasn't my dad.
Wouldn't you at least want to know who your dad was?
I would want to know who my real father is.
I think that's just an innate. I think that's just part of the human psyche. And it might be the guy might be the biggest piece of crud ever, but you at least want to know.
Of course,
we discovered that with my brother. We always suspected he had a different dad until a couple years ago. He's 48 years old.
Did he meet his dad then?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
He's got a relationship. Well, I don't know if it's a relationship. His dad, but he now knows that, and now he discovered because of that he's got several other half siblings and stuff like that. But it was, for our family, it was, we suspect.
Yeah.
So for 40 plus years, we suspected, and then the DNA test came, and sure enough, he's Sid's, not my dad's, So anyway, Katie, we wish you the best of luck. We know how touchy this
really
is.
Do.
Everybody, I like what everybody else said.
Talk to mom.
Talk to mom, and then after Father's Day. Don't bring because this guy might not even know. So again, don't bring him down. And good luck. Let us know how it turns out. I know everybody else is going to be waiting for the follow-up.
Oh, heck yes.
So let us know, Katie, how it turns out. What do you think? 547-KORD. App chat us, other people's problems. You got Rick and Patty.
You're listening to Rick and Patty in the morning on number one for New Country, 102.7 KORD.